looks like there might be some hope for Morphe as a business after all.
Hey Shelby Bells, it's Shelby. Welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for tuning in for another video. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name's Shelby. I'm the crazy cat lady of the drama community here on YouTube. I bring you the tea 7 days a week with the help of my investigative research team, Mr. and Miss Kitty. Miss Kitty is the brains around here and Mr. Kitty is the face, which sometimes means that he brings us a little bit of clickbait. It's easy to forgive him because he's so cute. So if you like cats and you like tea, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below. Don't forget that all Shelby Bells ring the bell.
Okay, let's get into this drama. So before we do that, I just want to give you guys like a little bit of an update / apology. I know that I did not upload a video on Sunday, and then the one I uploaded yesterday was kind of like a vlog thing that I did on 420 with Zach. So if you haven't checked out the vlog from yesterday's video, check it out. We went to the park. A very strange, I'd never been there. I've lived in Houston for literally over half my life, most of my life, and I have never been to this place. And I thought that I'd seen most of what's in Houston, but I had not seen this place. It's a really cool little thing that we did. So if you haven't checked out that vlog from yesterday, check that out. But I did not post a video on Sunday, and it's simply just because you guys probably know this if you watch my channel a lot. I bulk film my content. That's why you'll see me like every week, all my videos looking the same outfit and stuff, because be honest, most of my videos I'm wearing the same few things, because when I film my videos I just like to be comfortable in like the sweatshirt or like PJs or whatever. And so but I'll be wearing like the same thing for like all my week's videos because I film them all at the same time. Anyway, last week when I was filming, I just thought I had enough videos, but I didn't, and I didn't get around to filming the extra content that I needed for the last days or whatever, and so I was a video short. So sorry about that, but I'm back again. Here we are, and I'm not sure when this video is actually going to go live, but it's the first one that I'm filming for this week's videos. So this apology might come like 7 days from even today, so it might not even be relevant anymore, but I don't know, whatever. Anyway, today's video, we're going to be talking about Morphe. So there's been a lot of buzz around circulating Morphe in the recent past, because Morphe, which was owned by Forma Brands. Hey, look at Miss making her little hey Miss. Miss is back to spill the tea. Hey Miss, what do you think about this whole Morphe drama, Miss? Okay, so you want me to tell them that Morphe was owned by Forma Brands? Exactly right, Miss. And then what happened, baby? Mr. Kitty is saying that Forma Brands actually filed for chapter, I think 11, bankruptcy. I think whatever the one that businesses always file for when they're going under. So they filed for that. And typically what happens when businesses file for that, when large corporations or like brands file for that form of bankruptcy, is that other larger financial groups or financial groups that are maybe in a more stable place will acquire those brands and they'll buy them, right? So it looks like Forma Brands was bought by this investment group or financial group called Jeffree's. Interestingly enough, Mr. Kitty just knocked over my Diet Coke. Mr. Kitty, don't do that. Now I can't even open it for a while because you just rubbed up on it. Mr. Kitty, leave the Diet Coke alone. Look, by the way, this is a big old Diet Coke. I'm not gonna drink it all in one sitting. It'll probably take me a couple days. But look, he just knocked it over on the ground and now I can't even open it or it's gonna fizz up everywhere, Mr. Kitty. Should we open it for an ASMR moment and just hope it doesn't go everywhere? Ah! Okay, no, I can't do it. Mr. Kitty is messing up everything. Okay. So it was acquired by this larger financial group called Jeffree's. Now, interestingly enough, this Jeffree's is spelled Jeffreeries. So it's not spelled like Jeffree Star, and I did look it up, as no affiliation with Jeffree Star. I don't know why I thought that it would. I didn't think that it would, but I just wanted to look it up just in case. I couldn't find any like list of other brands that or other companies that this financial group owns or acquired or whatever, but they were acquired. Forma Brands is acquired by these people, and it looks like, you know, they're in the process of, you know, revamping and changing the ownership or whatever, and moving forward however they see fit. I'm not sure what normally happens with stuff is that people just kind of like sometimes there's complete like overhauls of things and you'll see something completely new from the brand. And sometimes the people who acquired the brand think they had a really good thing going on. And so they just will kind of keep on what they were doing and they'll just continue to succeed in that way. It happens a lot with restaurants. You'll see different restaurant chains kind of go under and they'll be bought by different people, and those people kind of bring them back to life a little bit. But it happens with a lot of different kind of business sectors and brands and stuff. So that's what's going on with Morphe right now. And oh, by the way, I thought this was interesting. I was reading an article over this, and REM Beauty, which is Ariana Grande's brand, she actually bought out Forma brands for $15 million. So Ariana Grande actually owns her brand now and is not under the umbrella of the former Forma brands that is now owned by Jeffree's group. She's not under that umbrella anymore. It looks like, according to this article that I read, that she bought her way out of that. So she purchased REM Beauty for $15 million, and now that's hers now. So at least that's from what I understand. That's what I read, right? So it's going to be interesting to see what the future of Morphe is with this, because I've said it before in so many videos, and other creators of other like drama channels have said it, other creators have said this, like this seems to be like the consensus by a lot of people out there, that the structure that Morphe was using to succeed, which was heavily relying on influencers to push interest and hype about their products and in turn get people to come and purchase the products, I feel like that was a really unstable way to market the business. Because, and hindsight is 2020, so maybe they're seeing that now, as you know, given everything that happened with a lot of their big name influencers, Jaclyn Hill, James Charles, Jeffree Star, all these people, maybe they're now seeing that. But the thing with having a social media persona as kind of like the face of your brand, which is what these people were, right? Is that you have to be able to rely on that person to maintain a certain image and facade that you wish to have associated with your brand, and maybe even include that in the clause of your contract that you have with them. Because if you don't, these people can get in trouble and canceled for all of these things, or go off the wall and say the darndest things, and then you as a brand are looking like a mess for ever associating yourself with them to begin with. And so I wonder what the new strategy for that's going to be. We all know that all the brick and mortar Morphe stores closed down. And I'm honestly, even with this new acquisition and this new money and everything they're going to be having with this new financial group, I'm not sure it would be the best idea for Morphe to like have a bunch of brick and mortar stores anymore. I feel like a handful of brick and mortar stores in maybe major destination cities, like that, you know, maybe like one in Vegas, maybe one in LA, maybe one in like, you know, just different like big places around the continental US or even overseas. But to have as many as they did, like they had 2 in Houston, and I thought that was overkill. They had them everywhere. They had one in Dallas, they had 2 in Houston, they had them at so many stores they opened up, right? And Dustin Daly and Nick Snyder actually made an interesting comment about this, is they had the belief that, I don't remember if it was Dustin or Nick that said it, but it was, you know, they filmed their videos together. One of them said, I don't remember whose channel it was on either, because they're always both in each other's videos, so I have no idea like whose video I'm watching. Really, honestly, every time I watch them, I don't know if it's Dustin's video or Nick's video or whatever, because they're whatever, you know. But they said that they had the belief, one of them did at least, that Morphe actually just opened up all of these stores to have a place to host all of these meet and greets for these product launches. And if they did that, I'm just gonna be honest, that seems like, I'm not sure that the return on investment was really thought of very closely, I guess, or clearly when they made this, if that's the reason they opened these stores. Because when you think about it, you have like the launch of these palettes, like the collections from Jaclyn Hill, and then really the Jeffree Star launches were really, really big with Morphe stores. I know I went to a few of the Jeffree Star launches at Morphe in Memorial City Mall here in Houston. And while it did generate some hype, you know, and there were people there, I don't see how it's very beneficial to open a store just for those purposes when those were like not far and few between, but there definitely wasn't enough hype. And if you think about the longevity of a situation, there's not going to be that kind of hype for extended long periods of time with anything, you know. It's like everyone has their heyday, right? And Jeffree Star definitely had his heyday where everyone was buying everything Jeffree, and you had to have the newest things when it came out. The packaging was this, everything was great, right? Now in the days of Jeffree Star Cosmetics, things are not like that. When you think about his packaging and how interesting and unique and different it was, which was, I think, a big reason why a lot of people were buying his products to collect them. He doesn't do cool, interesting shaped palettes and all these different off-the-wall things anymore. Everything's really just a rectangle or a square, and the components are pretty, I mean, while the print on them is interesting and unique, the actual components themselves are very basic. And so he has kind of like dialed down. I think the appeal of having to collect everything that he comes out with has kind of gone down too, because they're just not as eye-catching and as interesting. And so like today, if Morphe stores were still open, and even when they were open, say that they never parted ways with Jeffree Star and their partnership still existed, right? I don't think that these launches, like I don't think this Cotton Candy Queen palette or collection that Jeffree Star just came out with, I think that if he was still partnered with Morphe, I don't think that there would have been any kind of real hype or excitement to get the product at Morphe and wait in line for it like there was in 2018, 2019. I just simply don't think that. And so for them to open up all these stores just for those kind of things and meet and greets and those kind of things it would be like the worst business decision I think that they could make. But I don't necessarily think that they made the best business decisions to begin with, considering all of their, you know, I just really don't think that their business plan was solid as it pertains to the longevity and the stability of the brand, if that makes sense. And I mean, I've talked about this so many other times before. I mean, I could talk for an hour about this subject. I really just don't want to right now. But I mean, just the overall picture of relying on social media influencers to market, and then the opening up so quickly so many of these brick and mortar stores, and then their strategy turned into like this weird thing of just finding like any like C-list kind of celebrity to kind of like partner with instead of an influencer, because all the influencers they were working with were canceled. They started working with like the most random, like, you know, female rappers or like little TikTok girls or whatever. And it just wasn't as it wasn't as solid of a business move as somebody behind the scenes thought it would be. And I don't know, I just have so many thoughts on that. But anyway, let me know in the comment section what you think about Morphe being, or former brands rather, being acquired by a new financial group. So they are going to live, guys. They are going to be back as soon as everything is kind of finalized with that. They're going to be back. They're not dead. Let me know what you think about that in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you. And aside from that, that's going to be it for today's video. If you did enjoy it, make sure you give me a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel down below. Don't forget to ring the bell so you're notified of all my future videos when they do post. Remember that all Shelby bells ring the bell. And yeah, if you enjoyed today's video, YouTube should be suggesting a couple more down here for you to choose from. So I'd love it if you did that. Aside from that, I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.